Oh my gosh. We are in some big...
What is up, Goon Squad? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to continue working on this 2016 Lamborghini Huracan. And today is also a very important day because we're going to try to finish wet sanding this entire car and get it one step closer to the painting process. But before we start wet sanding, we're going to unpackage one of the most important parts to our build. Well, I'll tell you what, this one's gonna take a little bit, so we're gonna go ahead and set you guys up on a time lapse. All right, so after a ton of bubble wrap, we can finally inspect this front bumper and make sure there's no damages. So,
oh yeah.
Let's see it here. I'll tell you what.
Any deep scratches or anything?
Not that I see so far.
It looks really clean.
Oh, there's a little bit of scuffs right here, you know, that low life stuff right there.
Yeah, that ain't no big deal.
Easily repaired. This side looks great, all the way around here. All the tabs are intact.
Yeah, that's the most important piece is the tabs and the exoskeleton.
Yep.
Or
This is called a skeleton. I don't know if you call it an exoskeleton, but skeleton is great condition. All we got to do is order these ducts right here. Or
yeah, the little vents and stuff like that. And we
like
do have our sensors off of our parts bumper over there.
Yes,
but
sir.
Other than that, dude, it's in perfect condition. And it's the exact same color as our Lamborghini, the Glacier White. So that's legit.
That's a plus. It's not going to make much of a difference because we are repainting it, but it's always good to have the exact same color, I guess. But also, if you haven't noticed, this is the LP610 instead of the LP580. That's that car right there. So this is going to look a whole lot better. And I think it's going to work.
Yeah, definitely a way better bumper. And what I was looking at is, you see how this stuff right here is matte black?
Yeah.
And then you go on the parts one over here, and it's actually a gloss black. So I think we're gonna...
matte black is gonna match our rear bumper.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So the matte black, we're probably definitely gonna go with the matte black because it's gonna match the whole entire car, honestly, because everything is matte black.
Matte black there, matte black
there,
mesh.
and matte black right here. So
perfect on there.
So what are we gonna throw it on the stand, sand it up, first bumper?
Yeah, we'll start with the front bumper and then we're gonna go ahead and start moving on to the rest of the car.
So there was a little bit of residue from the clear bra and the vehicle wrap. Apparently it was wrapped before, but we got it all clean. Looks really good. Now we're gonna grab our bucket of water, some 600 grit, and get to sanding. Alright, so we just finished sanding this front bumper. We are going to have to do a little bit of touch-ups later, as always, but for now we're going to move on to the driver's side of the Lamborghini. Start with this fender here and move along all the way to the side, and then after we get this whole side sanded, hopefully we can get that bumper and the roof today as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. I mean, even that front bumper, it did take a good bit of time because there was a lot of nooks and crannies.
It's all sharp and stuff like that. Really hard to sand in between all them sharp cracks and crevices, especially when we're going to be painting. That's going to be a different challenge of its own. But for now, we're going to be focused on the sanding process. So let's go ahead, probably turn this thing around, put it that way, get a new bucket of water, get some new sandpaper, and get to sanding.
All right, so we just finished sanding that driver's side fender and the driver's side door. Now before we entirely sand this quarter panel, we got a little scratch here. What do we got to do to fix this?
I'm just gonna wax and grease remove it and throw some red glazing putty, and once we sand it with the 600, everything should be nice and smooth and it'll be ready for paint. Nothing too serious, but it's gonna get it done.
Pause for a second. Some sort of accident just occurred. Holy crap. That is absolutely insane. Alright, so we had to pause for a second. There's a lot of ruckus going on outside. Somebody ran into the ditch out there.
That's crazy, man.
They got the cops out here. I was just over there actually looking at what was going on, and the cop was like, I'm gonna have to. He was like, is that a Lamborghini? I was like, yes, sir. He was like, man, I'm gonna have to come over there and harass you. You should have already known that.
Oh, man, he's seen it from a mile away.
But we'll see. Maybe he comes out here. I might get his reaction, see what he has to say.
Yeah, we'll set up a video.
But what we're doing right now is we're trying to remove this vent in here.
There's one right here.
Because there's a few more little things that we got to sand. We got to sand this edge, and
we don't want to paint this, so we want to go ahead and remove it. And it's a little bit difficult to remove, so
yeah.
There's a few bolts back here. I'm gonna see if I can get it with the gun real quick and hopefully get them out of there.
All right, so now that we popped both of those vents out, now we can sand that whole inside area right there. We're gonna go ahead and pop on this front bumper before we continue sanding actually, because we just wanna see what it looks like and just get it out the way.
Yeah, get this stand out the way. Since we're done already sanding all the edges, we can go ahead and throw it on the car and focus on the other stuff. So, and plus, we get to see what the front of this car looks like with the good front bumper. We were using that thing. It still looked good, but this one's gonna look nice.
Yes, sir, so let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh my goodness, guys, that looks so much better right there.
It almost looks like it's just so close to getting
So
done. Almost
close.
looks like it's done. But dude, that front end complete like that, whew, looks so good. And on the other bumper, we did notice that the actual bottom part was black right here. So we may do that as well because it makes these little fin things right here stand out
a lot more aggressive looking.
Yeah, so
for sure.
this black and then this black as well. It'll make these things stand out.
What are you thinking, matte black or gloss black?
Thinking matte black.
Might as well match the centerpiece there, so do that in a matte black also to match all the other accents also.
Or, I mean, when we're painting the rear bumper, we could paint that black.
Gloss black?
No, matte black looks really good.
Matte black is the way to go because, you know, our rear bonnet there is matte black, so.
Definitely matte black in all this, but it will look so good with this matte black also. But I'm not gonna do it unless you guys decide, but I think it'll look good personally. So comment down below if we should matte black this as well. Let's just show them on our parts bumper, show them exactly what we're talking about.
Well, we got quite the Lamborghini parts mess going on here, but it's all right.
Yeah, you see how this is black? They did a gloss black, but you see how that fin just sticks out a lot better. It just makes it look way more aggressive.
I'm checking out the tape lines here, and to be honest with you, not the best.
Not the best tape lines, and paint job on this car as well. We did find a few runs while we were sanding. Very minor, but they're there. You know, it's a Lamborghini. These are probably hand painted, and I don't know how their inspection goes, but we couldn't see it until we actually started sanding. There was a run right here. You can honestly see a little bit more left right there. You see it?
Yep.
A little bit of that run left.
A little bit of run, and then one of the painters that we know, a good friend of ours, actually pointed out a piece of trash in the paint.
Yeah, and this quarter panel was not repainted unless they took the whole entire quarter panel back off and repainted it again. But I don't see any shop doing that because everything was OEM, no tape lines anywhere. It was done right, but that's definitely factory
crazy
paint.
though.
But dude, this car is coming together faster than we can see it. With that front bumper, man, we have basically all the parts other than a few miscellaneous pieces like the air vents for the radiators.
Stuff that can get popped in later on after the paint job.
Yeah, the main goal is to have everything for the paint job, and then we are good to go, man.
Yes, sir.
That 610 front bumper is aggressive looking.
And boys taking that van away.
Yep. Crazy, man.
Ossifer over there. But yeah, 610, like you were saying, that's the best way to go. And it's crazy how a lot of people don't know that you could do the 610 conversion on the 580 with a little bit of tweaking.
Yeah, well, you do need to have the 610 vents that go in here. Or call them ducts.
Ducts, yeah.
They're little ducts that keep this nozzle, the spray nozzle, from sliding in and out, which we're not gonna be using because we have the 580. We're just gonna put the covers on. But other than that, dude, it's gonna look good. It's gonna look good.
Well, 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 look what we got here.
We got Patron officer.
Ooh. We must have caused some trouble.
Yep, obviously.
Man, what have we done?
When did you first film a video of this? Because I think I've seen it like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, that's about
It's been
4 or 5
about,
months
yeah,
ago.
4 or 5 months ago.
I would have thought y'all been in my backyard.
All right, guys, so we just met a new fan, new subscriber, police officer, really nice dude, but we're getting back to work on the Lamborghini. We got that front bumper on. Now we're probably gonna take this rear bumper actually off.
Yeah, disassemble it.
Yeah, take all this off, tail lights, probably exhaust pipes, because we're gonna be sanding everything, even this black stuff, just like we did on the front bumper. And then once we're done with that, we're probably gonna move on to this, and that should be our last.
You hear, boy's ripping. I told.
Oh man.
That sounds pretty good. He's got the Hemi. Actually, I told him if he wanted a supercharger, we could hook him up.
Pull up in here. We'll
Dude, that
turn
was just like the coolest experience with the cop ever.
Oh yeah, it's legit, man. The people that you meet, it's awesome. Man.
It is awesome. One of the coolest cops ever. Definitely gonna be running into him.
Definitely. Hopefully not.
Not on a
bad
good,
way.
not on a bad way. In a good note. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's go ahead, get back to work, and
take this rear bumper off.
So we just finished up wet sanding this rear bumper. We went ahead and sanded this matte black area also, that way when we're gonna be spraying the white, we do not have to mask this area off, and later what we're gonna do is actually mask off all the white, do a nice fine line, mask off this white area, and then spray this separately with a matte black finish. It's gonna look absolutely amazing, and that's just the professional way to do it. That's how they do it at the factory. But we are gonna be doing like a double check on everything, make sure we sanded everything properly, because I can already see an area right here, nice little shiny spot. You don't want that. You want a matte finish. So we are moving right along, guys, but it did get late on us because we had to take care of some business for you guys. Something absolutely amazing, maybe a new build. I don't know, you guys. You're just gonna have to stay tuned, but for now, we're gonna have to catch you guys tomorrow and continue working.
All right, guys, so it is the next day here, and we are about to finish sanding the car, but we did notice a weird smell in this Lamborghini. Almost smells like, I don't know. Can you describe it? Describe that smell.
Caca.
Yeah, don't smell good at all, but good thing we got our limited edition Goon Squad car scents right here. Let's go ahead and pop this one open. This is citrus right here. Woo-wee, smells really good. We got 6 different flavors for you folks that love tasting these things, but for now, we're gonna throw in that citrus, and man, you smell that?
Yeah.
Now it smells amazing. Check
Oh,
that
dude,
out.
it does smell good.
It really does. Like right away, as soon as I opened it up, amazing smell. Check
looks
that
nice.
out, man.
So we do got 6 different smells, 6 different flavors.
Whatever you want to call them.
Dude, that smells delicious, dude. I wish we had smell-o-vision. We'd let you guys smell
Yeah,
some
you
for
scratch
free.
the screen and you can smell it through the screen.
Do it
of your-
now. Scratch the screen.
Scratch to see if you can smell. But we do have tons of these guys. Only a limited quantity though, because we did not get much. We want to do a little test run,
Yep.
but this citrus right now is amazing.
That's a
smell.
banger right there.
And they look really cool. So that one's staying in the Lambo. Now it smells amazing in here. Now let's go ahead and finish up sanding the rest of the car. All right, so the roof is completely wet sanded. There was a little nick right here that we had to fix, but it's all good now. Now we're gonna move on to this little piece. So basically all we have left is this and this piece as well, which looking at it, we're probably gonna have to remove the Lamborghini emblem, which sucks because it's so perfect right now. And we're probably gonna have to buy a new one if we do remove it, just so we can get it nice, that 3M behind it.
Yeah, the pre-cut 3M. Because if you
we
will not be able to replicate that.
We can try, but it almost looks like it's not 3M. It's like some black adhesive. We're gonna have to do all the measurements before we actually peel it off. Probably do it with tape and stuff like that, and then keep the template. Yep. And as for this light, I don't know how it comes off. Probably got to get it from the inside. But for now, we're gonna actually go ahead and take that little white piece off. It looks to be like probably 8 bolts. When we get that piece off, sand it down, and before we paint the car, we will remove this whole entire deck lid, right? Yep. So let's go ahead and remove this really quick, sand it up, and we should be good.
All right, so we got a nice little template.
Hold that door for me.
Yeah, this is just gonna give us like the closest estimate of where that Lamborghini emblem needs to be. So we're gonna tape it up in here, and we're gonna use it when we're done painting the car and putting on the emblems.
Oh yeah. There's probably a little washer that locks on, probably locked in there. So definitely just gonna go ahead and remove this right now. Go ahead and remove that LED, and then we'll probably get behind there and see what's holding that back. Then we'll take it off. So let's go ahead and grab our Torx bits and take this piece off. So actually looking at it, we did not have to do our measurements, but we did that just in case. But as you can see, there is 2 pins, one all the way right there, and one right here, the little lock washer. So we're gonna go ahead, pop them off, get that little LED light out, and then we'll be able to sand this whole entire piece.
All right, so we basically got everything wet sanded. We are getting one step closer to getting inside the paint booth. So this is a very huge achievement for us. So be sure to stay tuned. Make sure your post notifications are on so you don't miss out on anything. Also guys, be sure to follow us on Instagram where you can get an inside scoop there before YouTube. And if you haven't, be sure to visit goonsquad.com. Copy one of these lanyards because they are absolutely going quick. So with that being said guys, thank you guys for all the love and support. Be sure to stay tuned and we'll catch you next time. Peace.